Fly healthy.
Carrie is looking for a second date update with a man named Jacob. Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you all?
We all doing
Fantastic.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, you want to tell us about Jacob and how the first date went? We'll go from there.
Sure, yeah. So Jacob is someone I met on Tinder, and we enjoyed chatting on there. It seemed like we might be a good fit, so we decided that we would meet up for drinks.
Okay.
So we went to a bar, and it was really short. I ended up having to leave, so we only hung out for like 15 minutes.
Oh, how come?
It's kind of it's a long story. It doesn't really matter, honestly. It's
See,
just,
immediately I think you're blowing me off now.
No, it wasn't like that at all. And I thought I made that clear to him.
Okay.
And I texted him later that night, and he seemed cool. I also gave him like a really big goodbye hug, and he hugged me back. And it was like a good hug.
At least you left him with a hug. That's
That was
something.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, 15 minutes isn't long enough for a kiss. But yeah, I felt like it was nice. We had a good connection. I felt something, but then I never heard back from him.
Yeah, well, he probably thinks you're not into him because, you took off.
Well, yeah. I mean,
know, but that's
15
what
minutes is
happened.
hardly a date.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then give him a mercy hug. Oh, you're sweet. No, but
You're so right.
seriously, my grandmother's dying. So.
Oh, hi.
What did you talk about in that 15 minutes before whatever happened?
Kind of like what our days were, and we bonded a little bit over like our drinks because we both ordered whiskey. So that was nice that we were kind of on the same page there. There's a lot of joking and sort of like, riffing off of each other, that kind of thing where the banter just feels really good.
Yeah.
Sort of making fun of each other in a fun way.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't get into any deep conversations because not a huge amount of time. But I felt like we really clicked.
Okay.
I guess that's pretty good for 15 minutes, but do you think he got that? Do you think he knew that?
I thought so. Yeah, like I thought he got it. I thought he felt something back, and especially because he did text me back later, and like the feeling of the hug and all that stuff. But I don't know. I feel like I also feel like yeah, I had to leave, but it wasn't enough time for me to have done anything obnoxious or terrible.
True. Good point. Okay, so you want another shot. You want to take two.
Yes, I would like to take two.
Normally we would call this a second date, but it sounds like you kind of want a do-over.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Anything else you think we need to know before we call him up and see if he's open?
No, I'm sure he'll tell you.
Okie doke. And why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll call Jacob and see if he's willing to go out with Carrie again and what he thought of Carrie and the 15 minutes they did have together. Coming up as we continue. Second date update. Cincinnati's Q102. All right, Carrie met Jacob on Tinder, and after some back and forth, some talking, they decided, hey, let's go out, meet up at a bar, have some drinks. And the date was great for all 15 minutes that it lasted.
I imagine there are a lot of 15-minute dates out there. People just kind of pop in for a coffee, say hi, and go.
But Carrie had to leave I'm sorry, why did you say you had to leave?
It's such a long story. There's so much backstory to it that doesn't really matter. I don't need to bore you with the details, but like the important thing is it had nothing to do with him. I really wasn't blowing him off.
Okay, but did he know that? Because, if somebody was blowing me off after 15, all right, maybe not blowing me off, but if somebody had to bail 15 minutes into the date, I take that as you're just not that into me.
No. I made clear it wasn't him. I made sure I gave him a really big hug. So
That's nice.
Did you tell him you wanted to see him again?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
So you think he bought that?
I thought so.
Okay.
But now who knows?
Because I'm not that surprised he's not calling you back. He may feel like he was being blown off.
Yeah, I don't know. But now he's blowing me off, so yeah, I guess we're even, if nothing else.
Yeah, but the 15 minutes you had with him, you said was great, right?
Yeah, I thought so. I really definitely felt something.
Okay. So Carrie would like an opportunity to have a take two that lasts longer than 15 minutes. Is that right, Carrie?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's call Jacob and see if we can make that happen.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jacob?
Yeah, this is he.
Hi, Jacob. It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
Really?
Yes, sir. How are you? We're all here.
Hi.
Good morning. And Tim are here, too.
Hi.
Hi.
You got a few
Oh,
minutes?
my goodness. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I can't. I know what's going on.
You know what's going on?
I have a hunch.
We like to look at this as clearing up a misunderstanding.
Okay. Go for it.
So we talked to Carrie, who you had a 15-minute date with.
She really called you for like a second date update?
She did. She told us that your date was very short-lived. She didn't really go into detail, but evidently, she'd like to go out with you again. But you haven't been very responsive, and we didn't know if maybe it had anything to do with the fact that it ended a little abruptly. Maybe you're feeling a little blown off.
Well, we never even had a first date.
So you didn't even count that as a date?
Well, usually when you go out on a date with somebody or you make plans with somebody, they make plans with you and you go out with them. But I showed up at the bar and I got to talk to her for like 5 minutes, and then this other guy showed up.
What?
Apparently she's like double booking dates. She gave me some story about how she's been stood up too many times, so now she's like double booking dates, and this was like
at the same
like,
place.
Well, that's a bad idea.
No way.
She acted surprised, like she's like, "Oh, well, this never happened. This hasn't happened before." Like she double booked a date, but then she's like, there's always somebody that doesn't show up, and that's why she does it. And I was like,
You didn't flake out, though. You showed up.
What?
I mean, I showed up, and this other guy showed up, and then she did seem kind of stunned, and I kind of felt bad for her, but also not really, because who does that? And then she like has us flip a coin to see who gets to win her date.
Oh, shut
No,
up.
she didn't. What, she did that in front of you? Like, for real? She flipped a coin?
So
What did she make one of you call it?
Yep. And I got I didn't get tails. That's for
Oh,
sure.
hell no.
Oh, that's funny. You didn't get tails.
So she didn't leave the date. You had to leave.
You had to
Because
surrender.
you lost the coin toss.
So she didn't leave the building. You were forced to then leave or sit next to this other date.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I was the kicking team.
Oh, man.
Wow.
So did you size up the other guy? Like, how would you say
I
you
mean,
and
I
the other
don't-
guy were different?
I didn't even know her enough to want to size up this guy. It was really just the way that I was looking at her from that point, because this guy obviously didn't know either.
Oh,
Right.
he didn't.
Yeah.
And so I felt bad about that, and I was just kind of done with the situation anyways after it all kind of unfolded. And then she texted me after her date with the other guy and said that she wishes I'd won the coin toss, and it's like, what?
Carrie.
Yeah.
I mean,
How many of these have you gotten away with?
I feel like a jerk, but I didn't. Can I explain?
Please.
So with Tinder and OkCupid and all those, I went on 7 dates in a row. I got myself ready, I made plans, and I got stood up 7 times in a row.
Is that common?
Nobody
Do you get stood up a lot when you agree to meet someone on one of these dating platforms?
I would say yeah.
Getting
you
stood
get
up.
stood up for
Does
sure.
that happen more often than not?
It happens more often
I've
than
never
not.
done it.
And so I just started booking too, because then I don't have to spend money on an Uber to get to a place where nobody's there and feel super embarrassed. And I've been on a few dates, and every time there's only been one person who showed up. One time, neither one showed up. So I was like, okay, this is a system that's okay. I'll get to meet more people this way. And I obviously, I've learned my lesson. I won't double book again, but that's why I was doing it. And then the coin toss was because I didn't want to just automatically be like, well, clearly I'm more attracted to Jacob. I didn't want to be a dick, so I was like, let's make it random, and then I'll meet with the other person later. I felt like I apologized a lot for it, and I thought texting him later and reassuring him hey, I wish it had been you was a good thing, but I guess hearing him tell the story certainly didn't sound
I
like
think-
it. Felt like
I think somebody's watched The Bachelorette too many times.
Oh, no.
Because
it's like who gets? Why do you get to decide that? Like, just go to a bar. If somebody doesn't show up, just hang out at the bar. It's fine. Like, if you're going to a place that you'd hang out at, who cares if you're there alone?
Because
Why
you
would you
didn't
wanna
really have a backup plan in case two people did show up, did you?
Well, it's because she
no,
didn't.
I didn't, and I
How do you
should have.
I should have had a better plan.
God.
Well,
Should
Note
not
to
done
self.
A coin toss is kind of clever.
But I
Yeah,
feel
you
like-
could have had him arm wrestle or
I feel
rock,
like
paper,
how did
scissors.
you not know that this is maybe why he wasn't calling you back? I mean, that's kind of a if this happened to you on a date, would you not feel totally dissed and like super pissed?
Well, I think because I've been through the online dating thing, I wouldn't, because I'd be like, oh my God, dude, I get it.
If a guy did this to a woman,
No
she'd
way!
never talk to
Yeah.
him again.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Jeff.
No, I
Like, what are you going to be, like a bride? You're going to have two weddings? You're going to go, here's
In
my...
case
here's
one
my
groom
two-
doesn't show.
He's going to have two
Here's
grooms
my two
lined up, two
fiancés.
Oh,
fiancés.
God. That'd be funny.
That'll be the next twist on The Bachelorette.
It's different with the first date. You don't know if somebody's going to show up. I would never do that with like a second date where I already have a connection with the person.
What?
Oh, yeah, because you have ethics.
Oh,
Oh,
so funny.
wow.
So how did that date go, Carrie?
I didn't feel like we had a connection.
That's
Like
why
I
she
said,
texted
I was
this guy.
being honest when I said I wish that Jacob had won the coin toss. I mean, now obviously he's not hearing me out and being kind of like a jerk, but
Oh, yeah, I'm
I
a jerk.
understand that's because I just
You're the
know
one that
people.
called
I get
me. I'm not being a jerk to anybody. Why do you think you didn't have a fun time with that guy? Because he was feeling awkward and bad, too. How is he supposed to have fun after that happens?
Now, he's texted me like 6 times, so he had a good time. I just wasn't attracted to him.
Oh, he had a good time. Okay. Good for
Well,
him.
listen, Carrie, if I thought we could convince Jacob to give you a shot at a second date, I'm not all that confident you wouldn't double book that.
I know. I'm nervous about her going out with him just in general because I just feel like it's such a diss.
She orders 2 drinks just in case one of them doesn't come. It's just a pattern in her life.
Look, I said I was sorry. I said I made a mistake. I don't know how else I can make amends.
Yeah.
I've admitted to it. I've said this was.
You had admitted to
done
it.
I won't do it again.
Well, there's no question you made a mistake, but it wouldn't have been a fatal mistake. If we knew this going in, Carrie, we could have represented you so much better to Jacob had there been transparency from the get-go. How did you not think this was going to come up when we called him?
I think that's
Oh,
why
she didn't tell you- she didn't tell you
about
when
it.
she
It's
called
that
you?
the other guy wasn't.
No, I asked her about it, and she sidestepped the question.
Let me ask you this, Carrie. We just heard your whole story, and let's say that there was a part of you that maybe wanted these two to. Did you want them both? Did you set it up this way with the intention that, oh, I'm going to go on a date with 2 guys and we're going to have this fun evening, all 3?
Oh.
No,
No. Okay.
no, not even a little bit. If I had done that, then I would have said, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to overbook myself. Why don't we all get to know each other?" I wouldn't have done a coin toss.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's an absolutely hilarious story to tell the grandkids.
Yeah.
You know, originally I lost the twine cost, but she didn't give up on me. She wanted me bad.
All right. Well, Jacob, look, if you would like to give Carrie a second chance and hopefully have a laugh about it at some point, we'd be happy to pay for the date as long as Carrie promises not to double book. Totally up to you.
I'm always looking behind her. I don't want to always be looking behind her waiting for somebody else to show up. It's just right now it's just too traumatic for me.
Dramatic. Oh, I think now we're being a bit dramatic.
This is where we draw the line.
All right. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But thank you for taking the call, Jacob. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, nice to talk to you guys.
All right. Carrie, I totally understand. You've been stood up 7 times. It can get frustrating. It's tough out there. But this is
Yeah.
where transparency can save you in situations like this.
I messed up worse than I thought I did. I get it.
It's all right. Learning experience.
Yep. Guess so.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, good luck to
Good
you
luck,
both.
guys.
Thanks.
All right. If you need our help with the second date update, just send us an email, Jeff and Jenn at WKRQ.com.
Okay, 7:30. And it's going to be nice out today. Lots of sunshine, a little chilly. High of only 43 because we're so used to these 50s and 60s that 43
I know, we got
in
spoiled.
January.
I was like, what is happening?
Let's see. Right now it's 22 with Jeff and Jen. Coming up, 10 universally agreed upon a-hole moves. Yep. Plus, happy National Spaghetti Day.
Oh, okay.
Something to celebrate.
Yep. National Trivia Day. Cats are using Starlink satellite dishes as beds. I mean, the world has just gone to hell in a handbasket. So.
Thanks for